The first time I realized I might be rich someday, I was stirring stolen toothpaste and soap in a ripped chip bag inside a maximum security prison. If you told me back then that the same idea would end up on shelves at Target and Walmart, doing $87 million a year, I'd have thought you'd mistaken me for someone who hadn't completely screwed up his life. My name is Terrence Washington, but everyone calls me TJ. I went to prison for something I actually did. No wrongful conviction here. I robbed a convenience store with a gun for $340 and put a cashier through hell in the process. I deserved time. I just didn't know that prison would turn me into an inventor, and that the prison itself would try to steal my invention. I was 24 when the judge gave me 15 years for armed robbery. Oregon State Penitentiary. Gray walls, cheap shoes, the whole cliche. I walked in telling myself the same lie everybody tells themselves on intake. I'm not like these guys. I'm smarter. I'm different. Then you look around at 100 dudes thinking the same thing, and it hits you. Being different doesn't matter. You're a number now. My cellie Marcus was this big dude with a gentle voice and a wrecked back. Years of construction, bad posture, too many lifts, not enough stretching. The kind of back that screams at you when you breathe wrong. I was used to being broke. I wasn't used to watching someone suffer and not being able to do a damn thing. Marcus would lie there at night, try not to groan too loud because the guard would tell him to man up instead of calling medical. Prison healthcare is like a lottery where the grand prize is, we might see you in 4 months and give you ibuprofen. They treated everyone like they were just chasing pills. I'd work construction too. I knew heat helps. Pressure helps. Movement helps. In prison, we had none of that. We had lukewarm showers, a sad excuse for a yard, and a commissary list that looked like a dollar store threw up. That's when the thought hit me. If nobody's going to help him, I'll figure something out. Not because I'm some hero, but because I couldn't stand listening to man in the bunk 3 feet away from me whisper in pain every night. My lab was a steel sink, a plastic spoon, and items the state was overcharging me for. Toothpaste, soap, shampoo, cheap vitamins, snack bags. Attempt 1. I made hot water bags from pilfer plastic. They leaked. Marcus woke up in a puddle at 3 a.m. and wanted to fight me until I apologized 8 times. Attempt 2. I crushed up calcium tablets, mixed them with water, tried to make some kind of chemical reaction heating pack I half remember from a YouTube video before prison. It worked in the sense that it got hot. Too hot. Marcus ended up with a burn on his lower back. Medical finally saw him then to treat damage I caused. Attempts 3 through 7 were just different flavors of failure. Soap bricks, weird gel lumps, shampoo mixtures. I wasted so much commissary money, I started skipping meals just to keep buying materials. Then one day in the yard, I noticed something. The prison's cheap blue gel toothpaste, the kind that tastes like sadness, had been left out in the sun. When I picked it up an hour later, the tube was still warm. Not burning hot, just holding heat longer than made sense. I started doing experiments in my cell. Heat the gel, let it sit, measure how long it stayed warm by touch. Over and over. My cellie thought I'd finally lost it. I figured out that if I mixed the gel with shave bar soap for bulk and a little shampoo for consistency, I could get a thick, squishy substance that held heat for a long time and molded to the body. I made pouches from inside layers of foil chip bags. They were flexible, strong, and didn't leak as easily. One morning, I handed Marcus this ugly duct tape sack. "What is this?" he asked. "Science," I said. "Now shut up and lay on it." We heated it up by leaving it on the hot concrete during yard time, wrapped it in a t-shirt, and stuck it under his lower back. He didn't say much the first day, or the second. On day 6, he looked at me and said, "I slept for 4 hours straight last night. First time in months." That was the moment, not when Target called, not when I saw my product on a shelf. That, because inside a place built to break you, I made something that actually helped someone. Marcus told a guy in the next cell block. That guy told 2 more. Within a month, I was a heat pack guy. Dudes were paying me in ramen packs, stamps, and favorite IOUs to make these janky little bags. I called them CellPacks as a joke. We had a whole underground order system. People with shoulder problems, knee injuries, old bullet wounds, all coming to me. I wasn't thinking business. I was thinking, I made something that works. Then Derek showed up. Derek was the kind of guy you don't expect to meet in prison. Skinny, glasses, soft hands. In for white-collar crime. Fraud. He used to be a patent attorney. One night, he watched me mixing toothpaste and soap like a mad scientist. "You have any idea what you've done?" he asked. "Yeah," I said. "I made Marcus stop whining." He shook his head. "No, man. You made a product." I brushed it off, but Derek didn't. He started asking questions. "What's in it? How long does it stay warm? How do you make it? What materials do you use? How many have you made? What do people say when they use it?" Then he hit me with it. "We should patent this," he said. I laughed. "Bro, I'm in a cage. I don't even own a wallet. How am I supposed to patent anything?" But he was serious. He'd done this his whole life, just for rich people in suits instead of broke dudes in jumpsuits. He walked me through the process. You document everything. You draw diagrams. You describe the method of manufacture in obsessive detail. You prove it's new and useful. Then you file. The filing fee was $400. Might as well have been $4 million. Derek's wife agreed to front it if I did the work. So I did the work. For months, I wrote out every step, every ratio, every failure that led to the final formula. Detailed drawings, as detailed as you can get with a prison pen and recycled paper. We gave it a grown-up name, reusable therapeutic heat pack using non-toxic gel compounds. We filed it in 2015. The day the official patent document came back, listing me, Terrence J. Washington, Oregon State Penitentiary, cell block D. As an inventor, I cried in my cell like a kid, in a place designed to strip you of identity. There it was, in Government Inc., Inventor, Terrence Washington. Not inmate, not number, not offender, inventor. For about 5 minutes, I felt like the system had actually acknowledged I could create something instead of just ruin things. Then the prison tried to take it. Administration called me in. They handed me a legal document. It said, in clean corporate language, any invention created using state property, time, or facilities belong to the Oregon Department of Corrections. In other words, I use their buildings, their cells, their commissary system, and their time. Therefore, my patent was theirs. I sat there in a plastic chair while some administrator in a tie explained how the state encourages innovation and would be happy to partner with me on commercialization. I heard exactly what they were saying. We're going to make money off your idea, and you'll get good behavior credits. I went back to my cell furious, in a way I hadn't been since the judge sentenced me. Not because of the money, I was still in a jumpsuit, remember, but because of the principle, the same system that ignored Marcus's pain, that burned him with my early experiments, that treated us like we didn't matter, now wanted to own the one good thing that had come out of that suffering. Word got out. Newspapers picked up the story. Can prisons own inmates' ideas? The ACLU stepped in again, like they did for guys like Darius. They took my case. 18 months of legal fighting. 18 months of reading words about myself in third person. The inmate